Hi, welcome back. I am Christina Maglick. I am a children's therapist. I am the owner and director of Topanga Child and Family Therapy, and this is Kids Therapy with Christy. So today I want to talk about a topic that most kids don't want me to talk to their parents about, but it's a topic that's very relevant and very important. Video games. I have parents ask me all the time, personally and professionally, about video games and restrictions and limits with their kids because there's a lot of behaviors that are associated with video games that oftentimes parents don't realize are connected to the amount of time your children are sitting in front of a screen and playing these, I guess, games that our bodies have a stress response to. So let's dive right in. Anxiety, irritability. These are symptoms of a child perhaps using electronics a bit too much. When we're playing video games, even though it might be like Mario Brothers, like a video game that's not necessarily associated with like shooting guns or killing or things like that. Like, yes, you're like jumping from platform to platform and trying to capture mushrooms to get, more life and make your little character grow in video games. In Mario, I don't play video games a lot. I'm sorry. My brother makes video games. I should know more about them, but it's just not my thing. So that aside, our bodies produce stress response hormones, namely adrenaline, when we're under stress. And when we're playing video games, even though it might not be an aggressive video game, our body is still going, having a stress response reaction to it. Our body's still going into fight or flight mode for our character. It's even more so, of course, if you're playing a game like, Call of Duty or something like that. But our body is reacting to the different hormones that are being pumped into our system for our character to survive. So just imagine if, my character is, losing life and it's going to not make it. And I'm on the edge of my seat and I'm yelling at the screen and I'm all amped up and keyed up. My body is producing adrenaline because especially as children, it's harder for our bodies to separate and our minds to separate. This is a real stress response situation where I really do need extra adrenaline to keep myself going and to keep myself safe, or this is fake. This is simulated. It's a video game. It's not real. I don't need that boost. But regardless of whether we need it or we don't need it, especially in kids, it's going to be pumped into our system anyways because we are dysregulated in that moment. And so after playing video games, observe your children, especially if it's a stress response video game, and see if they are getting irritable after an extended period of time playing video games, if they're anxious. And that's because our endocrine system has told us to respond with a chemical reaction that we don't need, and our bodies don't know what to do with those hormones that are in our body at that point. So if you are going to let your child play video games, which is totally understandable, it's a big part of our society. It's a big part of what kids talk about at school. Let them do it at a time of day where they're not expected to calm down right away afterwards. So if they're going to play video games, let them play it and then be able to go roller skating outside afterwards, or go with them to, go for a walk around the block afterwards. Give them an opportunity to do something active to get that adrenaline, to use that energy that's pumped into their body in a productive way, not expecting them to okay, now we're going to sit down and focus on your homework. Now we're going to, get ready to go to bed, because you're setting them up to fail in that way. So I'm not saying don't let your children play video games. I'm just saying observe their behaviors when they're playing it and after they're playing it, and see maybe you need to shrink down the time, or maybe they need to, take breaks. If you notice them getting too keyed up and on edge, maybe that's a time that we take a breather, take a break from it, and then come back to when you're calm again. But it dysregulates our bodies it dysregulates our endocrine system, especially in children, because it's harder for them to emotionally and mentally separate and differentiate this is fake and this is real. They can get carried away. So I'm not saying, again, to all the children out there, I'm not telling your parents not to let you play video games. I'm saying let's learn to regulate our bodies and our minds so that we are able to be successful after we play them and not be super anxious or irritable. Okay, let's keep it healthy. All right, well, thank you so much. If you have any questions about anything, or if you guys need advice, tips, and tools, please comment below, and I would be more than happy to address issues that come up. Take care. Bye.